In the cinematic landscape of the mid-1990s, the buddy cop formula was a well-worn vinyl record. We had heard the track before, the mismatched partners, the gruff captain, the one last case. Then, in 1995, a cinematic explosion tore through the multiplex, drenched in Miami sweat, designer suits, and the incandescent glare of a perpetual sunset. That explosion was Bad Boys. It was not a reinvention of the wheel, it was a chromed, spinning, 22-inch rim bolted onto a turbocharged engine, designed by producers Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, and unleashed by a director who would soon become a synonym for cinematic excess, Michael Bay. To understand Bad Boys is to understand the alchemy of its creation. It arrived at a nexus of cultural moments. It was the apotheosis of the Simpson-Bruckheimer high-concept ethos, which privileged kinetic energy, visual polish, and charismatic stars over narrative complexity. This was the house that Top Gun and Beverly Hills Cop built. But Bad Boys was different. It was the first time this high-octane formula was entrusted to two African-American leads, and not just any two. It was the collision of two television juggernauts, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, both bursting from the confines of the sitcom format, eager to prove their big-screen bankability. The film, at its core, is a vessel for its director's nascent style. This was Michael Bay's directorial debut, and he arrived fully formed, like Athena from the skull of Zeus, armed not with a spear, but with a low-angle tracking shot. Bad Boys is the genesis of Bayhem. Every frame is saturated. The Miami skyline isn't just a location, it's a postcard from a hyper-reality, painted in electric blues and molten oranges. Bay's camera never rests. It circles its protagonists, pushing in on them with heroic reverence, or tracking alongside their black Porsche 911 Turbo with a fetishistic glee. The editing is frantic, a staccato rhythm of quick cuts that mirrors the film's anxious, 72-hour timeline. This is not just filmmaking. It's a high-gloss music video stretched to 2 hours, a sensory assault that prioritizes feel over thought. Into this visual crucible, we are thrown our two eponymous heroes, Detective Mike Lowry and Detective Marcus Burnett. They are not merely characters, they are archetypes of 90s masculinity, a perfectly balanced equation of yin and yang. Mike Lowry is the myth. He is the manifestation of the 90s alpha male fantasy. He is impossibly handsome, impeccably dressed, and independently wealthy, thanks to a family trust fund. He lives in a high-tech bachelor pad, drives one of the fastest production cars on the planet, and moves through the world with an effortless, almost arrogant, charisma. Smith, in his first major film role, ignites the screen. He weaponizes the charm he honed on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, smoothing its sitcom edges into a sharp, cinematic confidence. Lowry is the lifestyle, the fantasy that the film is selling. Conversely, Marcus Burnett is the reality. He is the beleaguered family man, the foil to Lowry's fantasy. Martin Lawrence, then the star of his own wildly successful show Martin, channels a different kind of energy. Marcus is stressed, underpaid, and perpetually suffering from indigestion. He is married with kids, drives a sensible Volvo, and just wants to get through the day without being shot at or, worse, having to lie to his wife, Theresa. Lawrence is the film's sputtering, hysterical engine of comedy. His high-strung, improvisational riffs on his partner's recklessness and his own domestic anxieties provide the grounding, the human anchor that keeps the film from floating away on its own stylistic hubris. The chemistry between them is not just effective, it is elemental. Their dialogue, much of it famously improvised, crackles with the genuine, overlapping, and antagonistic affection of a long-term relationship. They bicker like an old married couple, their arguments about car cup holders and fast food etiquette serving as the connective tissue between spectacular set pieces. This dynamic, the slick playboy versus the frazzled family man, is the film's beating heart, a central joke that the plot will soon amplify to absurd proportions. The narrative itself is a masterclass in high-concept simplicity. $100 million in seized mafia heroin is stolen directly from the Miami Police Department's evidence lockup. This is an inside job, a catastrophic breach that threatens to shut down their entire division. Their apoplectic leader, Captain Howard, gives them 72 hours to recover the drugs before Internal Affairs descends and rips the badge off his chest. The clock is set. The plot's primary antagonist is Fouché, a sleek, sociopathic French drug lord who represents a cold, European counterpoint to the hero's hot-blooded American energy. Karyo plays him with a chilling, understated menace. He is the architect of the heist and the film's primary engine of violence. But the plot's genius lies in its central complication, a classic farcical device. The only witness to a murder committed by Fouché is Julie Mott. She escapes and, fearing the police are compromised, agrees to speak only to Mike Lowry, whose name she saw in a news article. But when she calls, only Marcus is available. In a moment of panicked desperation to keep their only witness on the line, Marcus pretends to be Mike. This is the switcheroo. For the majority of the film, Marcus must inhabit Mike's life, moving into his luxurious apartment and pretending to be the suave, single millionaire. Mike, in turn, must play the part of the domesticated Marcus, moving into his partner's chaotic family home. This identity swap is the film's comedic masterstroke. It's not just a plot point, it's a thematic inversion. It forces both men to literally walk in the other's shoes, leading to a cascade of high-stakes misunderstandings and comedic chaos. We watch Marcus, a man whose idea of a good time is a quiet night in, try to navigate Mike's impossibly sleek, minimalist apartment and fend off the advances of Mike's various girlfriends. His discomfort is palpable and hilarious. Meanwhile, Mike, the eternal bachelor, finds himself trapped in a suburban nightmare, forced to play husband to Marcus's wife and father to his children, all while trying to protect Julie, who has now moved in with him. Téa Leoni's Julie is the perfect catalyst, a smart, sarcastic, and resilient woman who is not a simple damsel in distress. She is the audience surrogate, trapped between these two bickering detectives, one of whom is lying to her and the other of whom is a hyper-stressed imposter. This farcical setup provides the film with its most memorable sequences. The comedy is derived from the friction, Mike trying to have a serious, tactical conversation while Marcus's kids climb all over him. Marcus trying to maintain his Mike Lowry persona while his wife unexpectedly shows up at the apartment. It's a pressure cooker of lies that escalates until it must inevitably explode. And Bad Boys loves to explode. Bay uses the plot as a framework upon which to hang a series of increasingly elaborate action set pieces. The film is a textbook of 90s action aesthetics. There is the chaotic foot chase through the streets of Miami, the slow-motion shootout in the neon-drenched Club Hell, and the brutal, visceral fight in Julie's apartment against one of Fouché's henchmen. Each sequence is designed for maximum impact, a blend of practical stunt work and kinetic editing that leaves the audience breathless. This all culminates in one of the most iconic action finales of the decade. The climax at the airfield is Michael Bay's grand thesis statement. It is a symphony of destruction. Our heroes, having finally confessed their deception to Julie and reunited as a single fighting force, descend on Fouché's operation. What follows is an operatic ballet of gunfire, fireballs, and vehicular warfare. The sequence is pure, unfiltered adrenaline. Bay's camera swoops and dives. The editing is razor-sharp. And, in a moment that defines the film, Mike's pristine Porsche 911 races against Fouché's AC Cobra down the runway. It's not just a chase, it's a duel of aesthetics, the sleek German engineering against the brutish American muscle. The scene ends with a massive, glorious explosion that propels the villain to his fiery doom and solidifies our heroes in a slow-motion, 360-degree spin, the Bay spin, a shot that would become his signature. They stand triumphant, clothes tattered, silhouetted against the flames, the living embodiment of the film's tagline, "What ya gonna do?" The legacy of Bad Boys is immense. It was a box office smash, validating the faith placed in its 2 stars and its rookie director. It launched Will Smith into the stratosphere, proving he was not just a TV star but a bankable, charismatic movie icon. It established the Bayhem brand, a style of filmmaking that would dominate the box office for the next 2 decades. And it revitalized the buddy cop genre, injecting it with a fresh, hip-hop-infused energy and a level of visual stylization that few could match. It is not a perfect film. Its narrative is thin, its gender politics are firmly rooted in 1995, and its runtime is arguably padded by its own stylistic indulgences. But to judge Bad Boys on its narrative subtlety is to miss the point entirely. It is a film about attitude, chemistry, and sensation. It is a snapshot of a moment in time, a glorious, sun-drenched, and unapologetically loud celebration of style over substance. It's a film that knows exactly what it is, a slick, fast, and incredibly cool ride. And in 1995, that was everything.